Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I have only uploaded literally once, and I'm finally uploading a second video. So if you're watching this, I love you. You're probably from Instagram or Snapchat, or you're one of my best friends. Regardless, hey cuties. Hi Fatty.
Hi Fatty.
So I've decided to make like a cozy little sit and chat video. I'm drinking hot chocolate even though it's 100 degrees outside because it's hot as balls in Oklahoma.
Alice, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead.
But you know what? It's nice and cool in my room. I was a fan of the TikTok vlogger family called the 8 Passengers as a kid. And I didn't make like a script. I literally made the most small outline of things and points so I don't forget what I'm talking about, but it's kind of a mess, so I'm sorry if this video is kind of everywhere. That's my bad. Also, this is so TMI. I have a literal canker sore cyst on my tongue. I have a lisp in this video. I'm sorry. It'll go away eventually. I need it to go away though because it hurts so bad. And it's my own fault because I am addicted to chewing on straws. Every time I have a straw in a drink, I chew on it. And then I get little mouth sores and they hurt so bad. Anyway, I didn't need to go into vast detail with that. Sorry. But I needed to let you know that if I'm talking weird, it's because my mouth actually hurts so bad to talk. But I'm making this video anyway because I feel like it, because it's so tea. Ew. If you don't already know who the 8 Passengers are, I really hate to be the one to tell you this, but you actually live under a rock. There's a lot of videos online that are like a lot better about going into detail about who the 8 Passengers are and the full drama, the full tea, the full lore. I'm not going to be doing that because I don't want to. So the 8 Passengers started in 2015 whenever they decided to kind of do like little vlog style videos and post them on YouTube as like a video diary to show their family and to like have in the future as cute little videos of their kids to like look back on. So they started with a video of doing a gender reveal of their youngest daughter. I'm not going to say her name because I feel bad if I were to. But their youngest daughter, she was yet to be born. They did a gender reveal. Some of the kids cried because they were like, we don't want it to be a girl.
Dad, what do you think? I'm sure it was a boy. Dad, staring at it will make it turn blue, pal.
This video, I mean, it didn't like do wonders. It didn't like blow up overnight. And they were like, oh my gosh, internet celebrities. No, they kept uploading. They kept uploading to a point where they started doing daily vlogs, and after a little while they started to really pick up speed and gain a massive following. Like I'm talking like millions of subscribers. Okay,
This is oh, I missed it! It jumped! I missed it! I missed it! I had the baby in the car!
some of these videos had like weird underlying content. Like for example, the thumbnail would either be something that's kind of exploiting the child, or the video itself would be exploiting the child or the child's personal boundaries. And then they have videos of like, oh, shaving our legs for the first time.
Legs and armpits, and I never said. I don't. You don't? No. Julie, you should shave your armpits. I think your armpits need to be shaved more than your legs do.
Stick side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Really good example of the thumbnail usage and like titles was, I think, this could be wrong, the channel was taken down. I can't go fact check myself, and it's really annoying because I literally watched this video like at least 30 times because like I said, I was a fan of them whenever I was like a kid. But one of the videos that they did was a back to school shopping for clothes. They went to JCPenney. They did this whole sponsorship like brand deal with them. It was like this whole like, oh cool. They did a giveaway. They did like a shopping for kids who aren't able to get school supplies. It was great, right? But the thumbnail was a picture of Sherry, the oldest daughter, busting her ass on the JCPenney tile while showing her mom the jeans that she wants to buy. if I was her, if I was like 15 years old and my mom put that as a thumbnail on a video, I would be so embarrassed. I'd be like, are you kidding me? And then a little bit while later, I'd say like a few months to like maybe a year, the thumbnail eventually changed. And I personally made note of this because I realized it because, like I said, I was a fan. I even noticed that they changed this thumbnail and thought that it was like kind of weird and like gross and raunchy that they changed the thumbnail to a picture of their youngest son. I don't know if they changed the title. I don't remember what the original title was, but I just knew it had to do with JCPenney and back to school shopping. So they continued making these videos, and they got like a bunch of sponsorships. Like they used to go on like trips together, family trips to like Disney, or like they did like a family camp one year because they're Mormon. They live in Utah. They're Mormon. I don't think I mentioned that yet. Like the 8 passengers were doing like really good. So the father, Kevin, he was active in the children's life. He was actually a professor, one of the colleges in Utah. Not sure which one. I honestly didn't feel like Googling it, if I'm being honest. His income was added, and then they had Ruby, who her income, because she didn't have just like a normal job, her job was YouTube. A long time ago, and the beginnings of their YouTube channel, they posted this video about them at a mall going to get Chick-fil-A. They were standing in line, and the video was something or another. I'll try to find it on TikTok and put it in here. It was something along the lines of, we're standing in line at Chick-fil-A because we don't support same-sex marriage.
That's eyelashes, blank stare.
Okay. Did anybody ask? No. Anyway, that was kind of like a controversial subject for a little while. I remember seeing that on TikTok because I had TikTok in 2019. Y'all, I remember seeing that and I was like, oh, not cool. Not cool. Okay, so in June of 2020, the 8 passengers uploaded this video called What We Haven't Told You. And it was just like, kind of started off as like a normal vlog, and then it ends up where they're like in one of the bedrooms. I think it might have been the parents' room. I could totally be wrong. Like I said, around that time, I wasn't really into the videos anymore, so I wasn't super sure. But Ruby uploads a video, and it's her sitting on the ground with her son Chad next to her, one of her middle children, daughters next to her. Sherry was on the bed, and some of the other kids were like in and out. And they sat and they talked about some of the stuff that's been going on in their house that the viewers didn't really know yet and haven't been updated on. Ruby would talk about how, oh, y'all can go play with friends, and one of the middle child daughter was like, oh, like I don't have friends. But she said it in such a way that was like almost like nonchalant. That's not the right word to use, but like she
You can play with friends.
No, like I don't have friends.
I don't have friends either.
I nonchalantly said she has no friends. That's she just started talking about how she has no friends, okay? And it was sad. And then it pans over to Chad, and Chad starts talking about how he hasn't slept on a bed in months.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago.
He slept on a beanbag. A beanbag? Are you kidding me? One of the reasons that he even got his bed and his room taken away was because of a little prank that he did on his little brother. Mind you, siblings joke around. Like, I have 2 siblings. They're older than me, and I used to chase them and beat them with plastic golf clubs whenever I was a kid. So, siblings are siblings. It is what it is, you know? And Chad, I guess, had woken up his younger brother in the middle of the night, told him that they were going to Disneyland. And this kid was like, oh my gosh, we're going to Disneyland. So he like packed up his stuff in a suitcase really quick, put on his little sunglasses and walked out to the car. And then Chad was like, we're not going to Disneyland. And the kid was like obviously like distraught, very upset, because he was super excited about, oh my gosh, I get to go to Disneyland. And then no, there's no Disneyland. Which, yeah, evil sibling behavior. But why would you take away the kid's bed?
The reason why I lost my bedroom I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door and I'm like, Russell, he's like, what? And he's all happy. Has his sunglasses on.
That's just such a dumb punishment. Like one time I slammed my door and my mom tried to take my door, and the only reason she didn't is because I said, I kind of like not having a door. It feels bigger in my room. And she goes, dang it, puts the door back on. But taking away a kid's bed and then taking away their room and like having them sleep on a beanbag chair is just like so disturbing and gross and weird. So after Chad starts talking about how he hasn't had a bed in weeks or months even, Ruby decides, oh yeah, this is great content. Let me upload this to my millions of subscribers and even more millions of viewers. They're gonna love this video. Just a silly little family vlog. No. Rightfully so, the internet immediately jumped on it and was like, girl, you're crazy. And this hashtag started on TikTok. Hashtag save Chad. I was like watching this whole thing like unfold. Like I remember watching the original video and feeling so bad for these kids. And I was like, dang. And then I went on with my day and then opened TikTok a little bit later to see this mom is getting harassed online, rightfully so, because she took away her kid's bed and her kids have no friends. Good parenting tactics. Like, girl, keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that, you weirdo. So everybody starts going on this whole thing of save Chad, and they need CPS to go over there, to a point where CPS did end up going to their house multiple times. It didn't take long before their address was leaked. So people would call CPS and like open cases with them, and like CPS caseworkers would go out to their house. The police would go out to their house. Nothing really came of the cases. It's like nothing really happened with them. Like CPS would get called and then they would go to the house, talk to Ruby, be like, apparently, because how else do you get away with letting a kid sleep on a beanbag? Beyond me. And at one point in one of Ruby's little like videos that she made in regards to like hate that she was getting, and like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so much hate, she talks about how CPS went over there and like admired her parenting skills. They said she was a good parent and was hyping her up and was like, you're actually a great parent. Like, I don't even know why we're here. If you haven't read Cherry's book, you should. It's also on Spotify. If you have Spotify Premium, you could literally listen to it. It's narrated by her. It's really, 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 really good. So I totally recommend you listen to her book. It's insane. Like, it's actually insane what happened to her and her family. And it gives such insight to like the firsthand account of what actually happened. Because like how I'm explaining it is like nothing in comparison to the words that she uses to describe her experience. So I totally would recommend reading her book. So 2023 comes by. Big jump, okay? They're not really family vlogging anymore because it's to use this account for this thing called Connections Classroom, which is this like business that she was helping run with this lady named Jody Hildebrandt. Jody Hildebrandt, mind you, had her like license and like being a therapist or whatever it's called taken away for misuse because she sucks. Sketchy woman. So she turned her little YouTube channel into this like thing of like, me and Jody, let's talk about how we don't let our kids eat food. Slowly just until it got to a point where they both got arrested and pow. Yeah. 2023, Jody Hildebrandt and Ruby Frankie both got arrested for child abuse. of her 2 youngest children. They were being abused by their mom and her friend. The whole thing exploded. Every single day there was updates. And Sherry, her oldest daughter, posted on Instagram saying, finally, with like the cops at her house. And it was the biggest thing. And I was just sitting here watching this whole thing unfold. Like, at this point I was in college, because I'm not in college anymore, girl, because I'm broke. In my dorm, whenever I found out about this, sitting there like in shock, because like I watched them for years, and like I wanted to be a part of this family, because like I thought my family was annoying and crazy and too much drama. And it's like, you think about what actually happened behind closed doors, especially after listening to Sherry's book. It's just mind-blowing. Like, it's truly mind-blowing. They are serving, I'm pretty sure they're serving multiple sentences, but because of the state of Utah, like the way that their laws are, we don't exactly know how long they're going to be in prison. They could be in prison anywhere from like 4 years to like 35. If Ruby Franken got out of jail in the next 4 years, that'll be an issue. She probably don't even want to leave jail at this point, because everybody hates her. The internet hates that lady. She was so big, and her downfall was so drastic. But I love you guys, and thanks for watching my video. If you stayed all the way to the end, I'm gonna give you a really big kiss on the cheek, of course, because girl, I love my man. But yeah, I love you guys. Bye.